Hello, Professor Hijra. My name is Ayu. Today, I would like to present my supply chain network case study in Indofood Sukses Makmur. So, Indofood Sukses Makmur (TBK) is commonly known as Indofood, largest food manufacturing companies in Indonesia. Indofood has a diversified product portfolio, including instant noodles, dairy products, snacks, and food seasonings and beverages. It also has a significant distribution network across the country to meet the needs of its consumers. Given Indonesia's geographic challenges with over 17,000 islands, designing an effective supply chain network is crucial for Indofood to minimize costs and maximize customer satisfaction. Indofood is currently facing increased demand in the eastern region of Indonesia, such as Sulawesi, Maluku, and also Papua. However, their existing distribution network is struggling with timely deliveries due to long lead times, high logistics costs, and limited local manufacturing capabilities. So, to decide whether building new manufacturing plant or distribution center, Indofood needs to consider some factor. First one is the demand characteristic. From the demand characteristic, there are consideration from the volume and also stability from the demands. If it's high, manufacturing plant is more viable, but if it's growing but uncertain demand, DZ is more preferred. And beside that, also, it's important to them in analyzing consumption rates in the eastern region. And the second one is from the cost consideration. The first factor from the cost is the capital expenditure. If manufacturing plant needs a very high capital because it needs land and machinery, utilities, but distribution center it's more moderate. The second factor is from the operating costs. Manufacturing plant needs labor, energy, and raw materials, but distribution center only need warehousing and also handling. And the third factor is from logistics savings. Manufacturing plant needs high savings. Distribution center is more moderate. And the third one is from the infrastructures and also resources. There are some considerations such as availability of skilled labor, reliability of electricity and also water, port and road access. Because we know that currently Indonesia, in Eastern Indonesia, has uneven infrastructure and also uneven political and environmental condition. So I think it is more DC is more preferred. And the third factor is supply chain flexibility. DC allow faster deployment, scalability, and risk containment because manufacturing plants are harder to relocate or scale down. And the fifth is the risk factors. There are some consideration. First one is land acquisition complexity, local government incentives, and also political and environmental risks. So from those considerations, we can conclude that the recommendation for Indofood is by building new regional distribution center or RDC. The justifications are the demand is increasing but not yet mature. The high uncertainty across islands between Sulawesi, Maluku, and also Papua. Faster time to market, lower capital investment, which can later evolve into light manufacturing or packaging hub. The suggested location is Makassar hub. It's a hub for Eastern Indonesia. And there's also an alternative, Bitung for export-oriented port or Sorong as Papua gateway. The task two is transportation modes that needs to be implemented in the eastern region. So the strategy that could be implemented on the transportation modes is the multi-mode is the multi-mode strategy. The first one is the primary mode, which is using the sea freight or containerized shipping because it It is the lowest cost per unit for long distances, suitable for FMCG volumes, regular shipping lanes from Java to Makassar or Bitung. Secondary modes or supporting modes using land transport. And the second is the air freight or for the limited use for emergency and replenishment or high value or urgent SKUs only. And the third is optimized transport strategy with full container load or FCL shipping, fixed sailing schedules, milk run delivery from RDC to retailers. And the third is from the cost analysis. We I have to compare the existing network and the proposed optimized network by the cost analysis. The existing network, which Java to Eastern Indonesia direct, it will cost a high freight cost because it's long distance and also low consolidation, high safety stocks, long lead times, 3 until 5 weeks, frequent stockouts, which can cost lost sales. The benefits from the current network that already implemented was there is no need of new facility investment and also centralized control, which can easier to supervise. Here is the cost simulation with total cost of 520 billion rupiahs. If we compare to the existing network, the proposed network with the RDC Makassar, um, there will be some benefits such as lead time reduction, 30 to 50% reduction, logistic cost reduction from 10 until 25%, improved service level, higher market responsiveness, and also reducing lost sales. Here is the total cost from the cost simulation, which needs only 445 billion rupees. Although the RDC increases the fixed cost, the total supply chain decreases due to the logistic efficiency and revenue gains. So from this cost analysis, we can conclude that by building distribution center is more preferred rather than the manufacturing plant. Here are some risks that we need to identify. The first one is from the operational risk. There are port congestion, which is can delays at eastern ports. Maybe we can mitigate by using multiple ports buffer inventory. If so, other risk from the operational is poor road access. So that's why we put the RDC in a strategic location in Makassar. Labor availability, where with skill shortages, we can mitigate by local training programs. And the second one is the financial risk. If there is a demand overestimation, the mitigation is paced RDC capacity. If there's any high initial investment, the mitigation would be lease warehouses instead of buying assets. And the third risk is the supply chain risk. If there's disruption due to the weather, the mitigation would be multi-road shipping. If there's any supplier dependency, they can maintain Java backup stock. And the last strat is from the strategic risk. If there's any market shift, the mitigation would be flexible RDC design. And if there's any policy or regulation changes, they can mitigate by engaging the local government early. So here is this executive summary from my analysis on the supply chain network case study in Indofood in order to building whether new plant manufacturing plant or distribution center in Eastern region. The first summary is by establishing a regional distribution center in eastern Indonesia, specifically in Makassar, use sea freight as a primary transport supported by the land transport. And by using the mode strategy, it will achieve lower total logistic cost and improved service level, and managing risk through the paced investment, flexible design, and multimodal transport. Here is the diagram of RDC Makassar, which Java remains the production hub. Makassar acts as a consolidation, buffering, and redistribution node, and reduces long-haul deliveries to end markets and also improves service level and demand responsiveness. So, that's all of my presentation on analyzing case study in Indofood. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day.